Good evening. I'm Will Dove, and these are the top stories for Monday, May 12th. In recent years, public trust in Canadian media has seen a marked decline, falling from 55% in 2016 to just 38% in 2024, as reported by the Reuters Institute Digital News Report. This erosion of confidence is driven by a combination of misinformation, economic challenges within the news industry, and growing political polarization. Amid these struggles, the federal government has provided significant financial support to media, totaling nearly $2 billion per year, with $1.4 billion going to the CBC alone last year. During the 2025 federal election, Mark Carney pledged to further bolster CBC Radio Canada with an additional $150 million annually and to enshrine its funding in law. The 2024 Reuters Institute Digital News Report highlights that only 38% of Canadians trust legacy news media most of the time, down from 40% in 2023 and a high of 55% in 2016, which of course means that 63% don't. Trust in media is closely tied to confidence in institutions, with 58% of those with high institutional confidence trusting news, compared to just 15% of those with low confidence. Demographic differences also influence trust levels. Older Canadians, particularly those aged 65 and above, report higher trust at 22%, while younger adults aged 15 to 24 show only 11% trust. Financial well-being plays a role as well, with 68% of individuals in financial hardship reporting low trust, compared to 23% of those who can easily meet their financial needs. The decline in media trust has been steady over the years. Between 2016 and 2022, trust fell from 55% to 42%, stabilized at 40% in 2023, and then dropped further to 38% in 2024. This trend spans both English and French-speaking Canada, though Francophones reported slightly higher trust at 47% in 2022, compared to 39% for Anglophones. Several factors contribute to this loss of trust. Many times in recent years, legacy media has been caught stretching the truth, and in some cases, outright lying. Economic pressures, driven by declining advertising revenues and the shift of ad dollars to foreign tech giants like Google and Facebook, have reduced resources for journalism, leading to cuts in newsroom staff and coverage quality. Political polarization has further exacerbated the issue, with growing perceptions of media bias, especially in English Canada.
That's why we need to put forward a motion. That's why it's time to put forward a motion for a carbon tax election. That's why it's time we need to put forward a motion for a carbon.
Additionally, many Canadians are increasingly avoiding news altogether, citing distrust as a primary reason, particularly in English-speaking regions, which perpetuates a cycle of declining confidence. During the 2025 federal election, Liberal leader Mark Carney made significant pledges to strengthen public broadcasting. He promised an initial $150 million annual funding increase for CBC Radio Canada, with plans for further increases to align its budget with those of major public broadcasters like the BBC. Carney also proposed making CBC's funding statutory, requiring parliamentary approval for any changes to protect it from dissolution or defunding by future governments.
We will not only increase CBC Radio Canada's funding by $150 million, but we will also make this funding statutory, meaning that Parliament as a whole will need to approve any future changes to its funding, not just the Cabinet.
In contrast, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre pledged to cut CBC funding, highlighting a polarized debate over public media's role and funding. Globally, Canada's media trust level of 38% is slightly below the global average of 40%. It surpasses trust levels in the United States, 32%, France, 31%, Greece, 23%, and Hungary, 23%, but lags far behind Finland, which leads with 69% trust, largely due to its robust public service media system.